I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the Village, Facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. Here we are in another DJ stream. Glad you guys could make it with us. We've got a decent amount of people chilling out with us. It's been a while since we've been able to stream, so
It's been a while.
yeah, people were asking, when are you guys coming back? Well, we're back now because the agents of the Forgotten Souls brought us back. We're on song 3 of theirs tonight, and the song is Maudlin. Is that how you say that? Maudlin?
Maudlin of the Well.
Maudlin of the Well, Girl with a Watering Can. Maudlin of the Well are a little-known metal band that released only one double album that was such a masterpiece that they broke up afterward and reformed with a different name and musical style. I like the lyrics and presence of the female guest singer on Watering Can. This song was brought to us by Negative Vibes. God.
Nothing but a body naked beaten. The wreck of a soul amidst the ones bleeding.
Rhythm Trees, let's go.
That was interesting.
It was a really deep song that confuses me as to its effect. Interesting. It just seems like people were like feeling the song but couldn't quite put their finger on it. Yeah, there was some kitchen sink action, where you saw everything in the song. But I think for the most part it worked. Did you have a MySpace that said Pudding Pop or something? DP? Pretty sure that's my guy. And we had a mutual friend named Nanan. Rest in peace. Is that you?
So I squandered my youth for a withered, bitter hour. All I ever wanted was a simple you. Real love is dying for a fantasy.
Yeah, man. Like, these lyrics are really, really deep. I'm actually...
Yeah, it's interesting because...
Alan says, I'm going to listen to this song under different circumstances.
Right, yeah. What? Oh.
Smoke them if you got them, folks.
Oh my gosh. But if it's not good for you, don't do that.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
So, the beginning of the song reminded me of Mary.
What?
Yeah.
Which Mary?
The Bible.
I gotta copy this down because I'm gonna listen to this at 4 a.m.
A girl with a watering can. Maudlin of the wall.
Okay.
So
go for it.
I squandered my youth for a withered, bitter hour. All I ever wanted was a simple you. Real love is dying for fantasy. So not that part. When that part went on, it just reminded me of the different stuff. Like what I was thinking about, like to me, it was like a relationship song, and we were talking about. We've had discussions about. The word has slipped me. Romanticism. And how it affects people's mindsets and their thought processes and thinking. And there's a show on Netflix right now that it's called like Explained or something like that. And they do like a lot of explanations into the whys and where the roots were for a lot of different things. It's actually a pretty interesting show. But anyway, so like when you think about, so I thought it was that like real love is dying for a fantasy because you create things in your mind that you think that life should be like that. And what your relationship should be like, or how people should respond to each other, and because it doesn't look like the movies, you can. A lot of times you hear people say, "Well, I left that person because I wasn't happy anymore." Like their happiness is the pinnacle of the entire relationship, and so if they're not happy, then that's the end of it. Without realizing that relationships take cycles, and there are times where you're not happy. And there are times where you're over the moon. So it just, but you have to have some maturity to know that life cycles. It's like that with everything. There's going to be days where you're like, I fuck this job. And then there'll be other days where you're like, man, I love this.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird, but it's like my relationship with my guitars. Like, you really have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I can see that. I did with mine.
Why won't you do what I tell you to do? And then it says back to you, that's because you suck. And your technique is bad. That's why your bar chord don't sound clean, dummy.
Yep.
So you have this relationship with your guitar, but it's very love-hate, for sure.
I can see that. So that part to me was relational, like the first verse there. But then the second one, I held all of heaven dead in my arms, and in one moment I knew all of hell.
Brilliant.
Doesn't that Mary? You know that picture of holding Jesus and he's dead in her arms? Nothing but a body, naked, beaten, the wreck of a soul amidst thorns, bleeding.
Bitterness is
all God hath created.
A proud king among the
failures of dreams.
Wow.
I can't believe you didn't think of the Blessed Mother.
No, I did.
Obsession with her.
Shout out to the Blessed Mother. I am.
Yeah.
Nate was Pudding Pop. I forgot about him. Shout out to Nate.
It'd be Vin and Mary on this channel.
What? The Blessed Mother?
I said, good thing we didn't live around that day and age. I said it'd be a different channel. It'd be Vin and Mary.
I would never even think to even do a YouTube channel with the Blessed Mother. What's wrong with you?
You get the point.
As if she would be doing YouTube. Like this woman.
What makes you think she wouldn't?
I think there's other things she has to do.
Like what?
Like be the Blessed Mother, love us,
be
take care
the
of the
Blessed
church.
Okay, this is just getting weird. Okay, so anyway, that's what I thought about
The Blessed Mother?
So the Blessed Mother is on YouTube now. She's doing YouTube. Just
Why
like
wouldn't she? She was
like
just a
some
regular person.
Because
Yeah,
she's
she
not
was.
No, she's not a regular person.
Yeah, she was.
No,
She was a
not.
regular person that God gave a major grace and blessing to, that she could carry Jesus. But she was a regular woman.
You've never met a regular woman.
What are you talking about? You've never met a
There's
regular
no such thing as a regular woman. We've had this conversation a million times. There's no such thing as a regular human. We've had that discussion.
What are you trying to say?
But it's inappropriate for the Blessed Mother to do YouTube with some,
It's inappropriate?
with some random person. Yeah, it's very inappropriate. When the new world comes, I trust me, the Blessed Mother's not doing any.
You're wrong.
any
You're going to be
YouTube.
wrong, and I guarantee you.
I'm not going to be wrong.
Yeah,
the Blessed
yeah.
Mother doing YouTube. Come on.
Why wouldn't she?
Let's just go ahead, continue. I think
Okay.
I do like the breakdown. I held all of heaven dead in my arms. In one moment, I knew all of hell. That definitely, nothing but a body, naked, beaten, the wreck of a soul. That
Yeah,
definitely
it all
was.
sounds like Mary.
Yeah.
This one,
Have
I believe.
some reverence for the Blessed Mother, guys. Don't follow her example. Go ahead.
Gosh, he's got a shirt with the Blessed Mother with tattoos all up her arms. What about that?
It's not a tattoo.
What are you talking about?
It's
There
not
are
a tattoo.
tattoos on her arms.
Jesus has a tattoo in Revelation 19.
Okay, so
You can't do this with me. You can't do this with me. She's Theotokos. She's not
she's
some
holding her
regular.
own rosary beads in the thing.
Yeah, she's not some regular person.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is ridiculous. So I believe one love could be worth a life.
Can I just? Are you honestly saying that the Mary? She's just some regular woman, just a regular, just like everybody else.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And that God gave her extra grace and extra blessing, and that, it came at a cost.
That is insane to me.
How is that insane?
I did not know that you had this.
Well, what was she was better than everybody, and that's
view.
why God picked. No. That's not a heretical view. That's actually a very accurate view about grace.
borderline.
You're wrong.
Heretical.
You just want it. You have idolatry, and I'm not gonna.
No, I don't have.
I'm not reducing
here we
myself
go.
to that.
Here we go. So because I acknowledge her position, this is now idolatry.
No.
So
I
Joe
said
Biden-
she had a position because God gave her grace.
President
They
Biden.
don't want to hear this argument.
President Biden, he's just some regular guy.
He's the president,
Right.
right? But he was just a regular guy, and then he became the president.
And ever since then, you have to address the homie by saying Mr. President.
Sure.
Okay, so she's the Blessed Mother.
Yeah. How did she get that blessing? It wasn't because she was good or she had some special
When did
thing.
I
Because
say that
God
she
gave
was
her
inherently-
grace.
First of all, Catholics don't even believe that she was good because she was better than everybody else.
Okay, so
believe
when I
that-
said
that-
she's a regular person, that's what I mean. She was a regular person,
But she's
and
not,
God gave her grace.
Then you went to the logical leap. I didn't say she was a regular person. I just say that the Catholics don't believe that she was stained with original sin.
No, I said from the beginning that she was a regular person, and
not.
you said she's not.
She's not.
And I said she was a regular person, and God graced her
There's
and
probably
gave
been
her
about
that
30
situation.
billion trillion human beings that have ever walked the earth. Only one of them carried God himself
Yes.
in her womb.
Why did God
Holy
choose her
moly.
for that? Because she was a special person? No. She was a regular girl, and God blessed her. That's what you see through the entire scriptures. And I don't even know what you're talking about, because you've been leading all these Bible studies, and you've been talking about God's grace and how that works. And so how can you say that she had anything other than grace given to her?
I've also talked about the fact that we were created for glory, right?
Okay.
And that you should seek it. And God
Okay.
glorified Mary in such a way that she said, after this, people with minds will say, after this, everybody will call me blessed. Mm-hmm. That's not a person who's just like everybody else.
Hello, I said she was a regular girl, and then God graced her and blessed her. She was not something special beyond what everybody else was. God just gave her that extra grace.
Okay. What do you mean she wasn't something special? I don't understand.
It's not
how
like
you're
God
saying
was like,
this.
let me find the most special girl, and then she's going to carry my
That is
son.
absolutely what
No,
happened.
he found her, and he
Justify
blesses
that.
her.
Justify that. She was just some. So he could have chose Jezebel.
So then he chose her because of something of
He
herself?
could have been Jezebel.
Yo, he chose her because of something of
Of
herself?
course not. I don't believe that. I
Okay,
believe
that's
that-
what I'm saying.
But you're saying what I'm saying is, why can't, just because that is acknowledged doesn't mean you go all the way to the other side and say she was just some regular person. You can't do that.
Okay, I disagree with you.
Okay, so when
Apart
God,
from the
when
grace
God
of
talks
God, she's a
about-
regular person. That's that.
But she did get the grace of God.
Yes, I said she was a regular
Kara
girl.
Tomene. That's
said
the
she
word.
was a regular
She's full
girl.
of grace.
Yep.
How many women are described as full of grace in the Bible?
None.
No, there's one.
Besides her.
Thank you.
How is that different from what I said? I said she was a regular girl. God gave her grace and blessed her. And then that's where she was at. Anyway, this... Judge amongst yourselves. Anyway, so back to the lyrics.
So, okay. So this is, as David says, Mary makes some prots really mad. Yeah. Well, she comes from an ex-Catholic family, so you know how that goes.
No, that's not what's happening. Oh, my God. Lord help me with this man. How can you do this? You've just been talking about grace for like a week straight.
Nothing I say is contradictory to grace. Nothing at all. Maybe you should say, how does this work with what you've been teaching us recently?
I literally said she was a regular person, and then God graced her.
I disagree. She wasn't a regular person. I wasn't a regular person.
Okay, so apart from grace, tell me how she wasn't a regular person.
You're just some regular person.
Yes, I'm a regular person that has particular graces.
All right.
And that's what makes me special.
All right. Here's the next song.
No, we didn't even finish this one.
So I'm trying to get away from the argument. Okay, we have a theological disagreement. It happens. You're still a Christian, I think. I'm still a Christian. So, maybe one day God will give you some love and respect for the Blessed Mother. Who knows? I figured you'd be all over it because of your misandry and all that, but okay.
So that part to me reminded me of Mary, but then when it goes over here, I'm so annoyed right now. I believe one love could be worth a life.
She's mad at me because I have a different opinion than her.
No, because you're... Okay.
That's all it is. I get a different opinion.
Everything. Okay. I believe one love could be worth a life. For life, I would have burned myself away. For nothing, life hath left me burning alone. That is friggin' sad. That line. Because they're saying they believe so much in love that they would be willing to burn themselves away for love. I know you're probably going to say that's toxic and people shouldn't be like that. And then it says, for nothing though, life has left me burning alone. So they went to the flames for the one love, but it didn't work out. And now they're burning alone.
Jeez. Good Lord.
Thank you, AT.
We're continuing. I'm just glad that this is on video.
I'm just glad that people can be privy to the conversation and put some input.
I'm glad that this
we're both coming at it from two different angles.
That's why I asked you, how about you ask some questions, but you refuse to do that.
That's because
it
would require humility that I don't have.
When you get in your feelings, you're not going to ask any questions. You're just going to go. You're just going to go, brah, and you're so pretty that all the dudes be like, yes, Princess Soraya, and you ran into a man. It can't
be that I had a point too. Thank you, AT.
No, you had a wonderful point. You had a wonderful point. You were just assuming my points. You were saying things that I didn't say. Just because I said she's not a regular woman doesn't mean that she doesn't need grace. And I even tried to explain to you the official Catholic doctrine is that she got the same grace that we say angels got, that preventative.
Yes.
If she didn't have grace, would she be a regular girl?
Hold on. So my point is to what Anthony was saying. Those are completely separate categories. Grace and regularity are completely separate categories to me. But if you would have
forever and for all time.
But if you would have listened, he was able to get what I was saying.
Yeah, he was able to get what I was saying too.
I knew what you were saying.
Well, why couldn't you just start from there and move around?
Because I characterized what you said accurately. But then when I was trying to explain to you the nuance of what I was saying, you didn't want to hear it. And I'm glad because it's on video. You can review at your own leisure.
There you have it. My own leisure. I will review it.
Now I have a little bit of a problem. This is the funniest live stream of all time. We're not gonna leave till 5. Okay. Sadie agrees with you, by the way. So Sadie says that your take is more empowering.
And I think that's why I'm arguing it.
Right. So to me, that ends the entire thing right there.
No, it doesn't. It's empowering because God can empower just a regular girl to do something amazing.
Just think about it. Girl, know that time leaves dust on my scars. When the moment has passed, thousands will die. This line right here, I'm going to be dwelling on literally for the next 6 weeks. I will remember when ghosts were mighty, and I will laugh and catch my own tears. Woo! Man, oh man.
I can totally see
that line has a lot of meaning. I will remember when the ghosts were mighty. So back in the day they were mighty, now they're dead. It's kind of like going back to the past, right? In the times when ghosts were mighty. In a perfect garden, all flowers flourish. In this real garden, my flower knows thirst. It looks to me like, yeah, there's probably Christological allusions there, but it looks to me like what he's saying is his ideal. We talk about this a lot, and romantics fall victim to this a lot. There's the ideal of what the relationship could be or should be in their minds, and then there's the reality. And a lot of couples end up, breaking up because they can't deal with the in between. And so what happens is in the relationship, the ideal becomes the assumed standard. You assume the ideal going into the relationship. And then what happens is the person, surprise, surprise, is not the perfect person that they were projecting to you when they were dating you. So now the real person comes out, and now you're like, oh, I don't like this. So now it's over. No, it's just not your ideal. Now, there's a couple things you can do in that situation. One is you can say, well, this is not ideal, and so I'm going to leave you because you don't match my ideal. Okay, fine. I guess you can do that. Another thing you could do is you could say, well, I mean, this isn't the ideal, but look, if my ideal is 10, you're an 8 in this category, and if I play the field, I'm probably going to get a 3 or a 4. So I'll stay with the 8. Right? That's another way of doing it. And a third way of doing it is to say, how about I augment my idealism to match reality? Now, that third one is the most healthy, the most dangerous, and also the most unpopular methodology among the three. Because here's what happens. When a person augments their ideal into reality, we start using words that have horrible connotations like settling. Yeah. What does settling mean? Settling means this person doesn't have all of what you require for a relationship. So you're going to lower your standards and condescend to get to them. Now you're settling. So you're with this person, you're settling with them. And that's the reason why people don't use option 3 a lot, because they think that they're settling. Instead of saying, I was childish and I didn't have a very good understanding of human nature when I had this ideal and I didn't know myself very well. Instead, what they'll do is they'll say, oh, the flaw is not with me, the flaw is with everybody else, so now I have to settle because nobody can live up to my standards. So those are 3 ways of handling those situations. Do with that what you will. Because I can't tell you what to do in those situations, man or lady.
Well, let's say somebody's in that situation and they realize that they have been holding somebody to an unrealistic standard of perfection from their perception of how the relationship should be. What should they do to change that? How would they change that? Well, you just said that they should. What did you just say?
I cannot look at something as significant as a relationship outside of a Christian worldview. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't. For me, it's just one of those things. I look at the Bible and I go, okay, is my ideal of what I want to happen for the marriage, does that align with what God wants for our family? And so you find out God's will by the scripture and your personal devotional life and all the rest of it. But once you start aligning when Kevin Samuels, these girls are saying, oh, he says, why do you want to get married? And they say for love, and he laughs at them and he says, marriage isn't about love. That's why you guys get divorced. It's about duty, yada, yada, yada. And again, I just think that that's just a completely unbalanced pendulumic sort of reaction to hyper-romanticism. For me, romanticism is part of a relationship. Otherwise, Song of Solomon doesn't make sense. But there are other factors as well. The major factor being, as a New Testament Christian, seek first the kingdom. So my first thing is this person a good operator in the kingdom? Are they pushing forward the gospel? Now, I know this is not, hey, does she have a fat ass? Does she have this? All that is relevant. All of that is relevant, right? It's relevant because you have to be fruitful and multiply. But But okay. If you isolate only romanticism, your relationships is bound to fail. There's got to be a higher reason than just you give me butterflies in my tummy. A lot of people think that they love a person because the person gives them butterflies in their tummy. Well, no. Well, you love that girl like you love weed, right? So you're going to consume her and then dispense with her when you're done. That's not love, right? So all I'm saying is that relationships are extremely complicated. The lyrics here were so deep, and I think the reason that everybody related to this song at a very deep level is because they found a way to touch into something that's been fucking with all of us for a while.
I agree.
Relationship wise.
I agree.
And the way relationships work with how we relate to God, because it's like, I have this person, and if you were such a good person, how could you take this person away from me? Because this person ends up dying somehow, and they're gone. And then it looks like the man committed suicide, and then the second and third verse or whatever was him explaining why he did it. So I believe one love could be worth a life, and for life I would have burned myself away for nothing. Life hath left me burning alone. Girl, know that the time leaves dust on my scars. When the moment has passed, thousands will die. I will remember when ghosts were mighty, etc., etc., etc. I don't think I can look at your face again and feel you were my everything and you took it all away. I think that's her responding back because they're having a dialogue.
But this was the man singing this last piece.
Well, I think there was both of them. But yeah, it could be that. But either way, it did not end well.
No.
But relationships can end well, though. You just got to be very purposeful, and you have to be very humble, and you can't be soft. Marriage is not for soft people. I'll tell you that. What do you get the song? It's a 10 for me.
Yeah, 10 for me as well. 10.5 actually.
10.5. There you are. Daniel Montgomery says, Song of Solomon is like that part in the movie that your parents skip and say, maybe when you're older, but it's in the Bible. I love this kid, bro. Holy shit.
All right. Vin out, Sori out.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. Yeah, I'm sitting there. Oh, I love Daniel.
Well, that's in the video now.